Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato random nightmare run, where we take a random character, random weapon, on a random map, and try to beat nightmare mode with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what we have today. Okay, we have the bull. I actually haven't done the bull on nightmare mode yet, and this is one of the characters that, of course, is extremely challenging on nightmare mode, because the increased enemy damage means that any hits that you take playing this character are much harder. On the bull, you want to move in these spirals in order to stack enemies on top of each other, minimize the number of hits it takes to kill a bunch of enemies. We did get a tree kill there, which is nice, and then we are clearing the rest of this wave. I might take a melee damage level up here, because the bull explosions scale off of melee, range, or elemental. So you usually are going to want to scale them off of melee, since you buy that at the best rate. I could also take 5 luck. I could roll for harvesting, regen, or armor. Luck is pretty important to this character. You're always going to be on top of what you kill, so consumable healing is, of course, very important. I'm just going to take the 5 luck. It's an economy stat. We'll buy the lemonade here. I'm going to ban these two. Ugly Tooth, I'm not interested in at all. Claw Tree is okay for the bull. You do get... your explosions do have crit chance. They have... or crit damage. They have 1.5x crit damage, but you end up with really high numbers on them. So I think I will take the Claw Tree here. Then I will reroll. I will reroll this shop. Do I want to ban anything? Baby Gecko is unlikely to ever be useful. We don't care about range at all. Other than that, I don't need to ban anything out of this pool. We will, of course, lock Dynamite and Weird Food, and in fact, I'm locking this entire shop. Alright, running in a little spiral here, and then we'll kill all the enemies at once again. Not super important in the early waves to do that, because enemy damage is so low, but getting in the habit is very good. But obviously you don't want to do it to the extent that you don't kill enemies near the end of the wave. We'll take Penguin here, and then I could take 2 range damage. It's basically like buying a level 1 melee damage upgrade, but it's probably just worth grabbing that to increase my damage output. We'll buy that 15% damage boost, great, and we'll buy Weird Food. That'll help me stay alive. I'll roll once here to look for more economy items, and tree I'll take. Lost Duck I think I will ban, because we lose elemental damage. I don't want to reduce my explosion damage at all. You have to be one-shotting things on the bull, especially on nightmare mode, I think. So I just want to make sure that when I do take a hit, it kills what we hit with it. Had to clear all of those at once with a bunch of explosions so that we could take out the gobbler. We'll stand near. You do need help to kill trees for this character. So I wouldn't mind a loot worm or something like that to help us take out trees. Here I'm going to take 2 armor. You need as much of that as you can get. And then we're just level 4 here, so let's just take 2 melee damage. I'll buy all this stuff. I do want more percent damage. I could also ban the injection and get a free reroll, but I think I'm going to spend 3 rerolling. And then I can ban this, lock the duct tape, because any armor is so important when you're taking hits on purpose. Do I want to roll at all here? I think not. I'm saving my money. I wanted to kill those 2 at the start of the wave while I had time to regenerate after taking hits from each of them. Then we're going to run up here, use the melee attack to clear that. Now, the bull on Crash Zone has a pretty severe problem, which is the summoners on wave 14 and 15. We're going to be killing summons by accident with our explosions a lot, or killing summoners by accident with our explosions a lot, and killing the summoners is very difficult for this character. Killing the summons is very difficult for this character. I'll take 4 melee damage there, again, boosting my explosion damage, really important. We'll buy duct tape, buy helmet, buy alien worm here. because we have pretty good consumable healing already. We buy regen at an improved rate. We get plus 50%, and I need more max health. Gummy Berserker, by the way, this should be a restricted item for the bull. It gives you 0 stats that help. Attack speed and range are completely useless to the character. So this shouldn't show up in the shop for the bull. I'll take the coupon here, and then I'm gonna pick up... I guess I can take one more alien worm. I think that's fine, and I'll buy these 2 items as well. Small fish actually good for this character, since you want to one-shot everything anyways. So, if you're one-shotting every enemy, small fish is just plus 10% damage. And then, though obviously a lot of the time you'd have killed it without the small fish, in which case it does nothing. But in the times where you go from 1 to 2 shot, or from 2 to 1, then the small fish is valuable. But more importantly, it doesn't cost you attack speed, since this character can't use attack speed, so there's no downside to the item. What normally makes small fish a bad item is just that losing attack speed is bad for basically every character. Here, I am going to reroll. I think we can get a level 2 or higher upgrade here, and we can. I could take 6 max HP. I could take 8 harvesting and get harvesting going. But I think I'm just going to take the max health, and then here I'm going to take 8% damage. I'll buy these items and ban the landmines, and then re-roll, and we'll buy another bag. Another bag is an incredible find, and then I can lock both of these. We do lose 1.5 regen from the broken mouth, but obviously we want to boost our max HP as much as we can. Alright, I'm going to clear at least one of the eggs before it hatches, and I did get both. And so when I kill the summon like that, I have to be pretty... The summoner, I keep mixing that up. When I kill the summoner like that, I need to be pretty careful not to step on the red X's, because that will cause the enemies to spawn randomly around the map. And you can see I did that by accident there. And then we don't get a chance to kill them as soon as they spawn. What I want is to stand next to, but not on the X's, so I can run into them as soon as the enemies have spawned, and clear them all at once with a single explosion. That gets a lot easier if I find any explosion size upgrades, which are the best items by far for the bull. This is damage neutral and gives me 4 crit chance, so I guess I'll take the energy bracelet, and then we'll take some more regen. And here I'm going to buy these items, and then re-roll. So you actually can build dodge on this character. Adrenaline is one of the reasons to do that as well, because you're running into the middle of enemies. You will take a hit anyways when you want to. You just keep running into the enemies, and if you dodge the first hit, you'll just take the second. But adrenaline can give you a lot of healing with dodge, since you're running at enemies and you're often taking hits. That said, with -2, I'm not going to lean into building dodge right away. Obviously, an early fairy, an incredible find. That is probably the single best item we could have found. I do want to clear this healer alien, because there are the slashers, which we will want to be able to kill without the healer healing them. Taking 4 hits to kill the slashers is pretty rough, though. That just means that we have to lose a lot of health going at them, and then obviously the enhanced spitters there were also really scary. So you can see on Nightmare mode, we are struggling already to clear a lot of these more dangerous enemies, just because I'm not one-shotting them, and I can only trigger my explosions by taking damage without infinite armor or infinite regen from certain item combinations. That's really tough. We'll pick up the injection and the plant. And then I'm going to take 6 more melee damage. That's great. The fairy, of course, absurdly good for us. Puts us up to 69 regen. Nice. We get 3 more regen by buying those 2 items. And then we can lock a small fish again. Still worth buying, even though it's not a duplicate here. Small fish also better in multiples. And then I'll roll, and we'll lock this entire shop. Alright, I was really hoping that I would be one-shotting those chargers. So that's pretty rough. I'm going to wait until a bunch of those enemies are on top of each other, and then we can try to hit a bunch of them at once here. But wave 8 is always going to be an incredibly difficult wave for this character, or at least an unrewarding wave. I probably won't be in danger of dying, especially because, you know, we found a fairy. But we're not going to make a lot of money, because the enemies are hard to catch with the spitters running away and the chargers going past us, and really high health. Anything that provides self-damage, of course, on this character is super important, so if we can find those items, that would be great. Here, I'm going to roll for armor. I really just need additional survivability, and to make sure that we're not taking way too much damage whenever we take a hit. And then I'll buy all this stuff. I'll re-roll. I'll buy another defective steroids. I'll lock the mutation, and I'll buy that. Saltwater, I don't really care about. I do want more movement speed, but and this will, you know, almost always have the 10 move speed upgrade. I guess it's +1 damage and effectively 10 move speed, so I guess I'll buy the saltwater. Also removes a unique item from the pool. Killing one of those summoners, and then the summons as they pop out, and then again, trying to get the summons as they pop out. With our very nice regen, we're definitely in better shape here. I mean, I will say, I don't think that this is a very typical bull run for Nightmare Mode, because we found a, like, Wave 7 fairy, so definitely some good luck there. Now, we already had a lot of regen at that point, and we could have found a couple more regen items, but finding the best healing item in the game for a character that just needs a lot of healing, I'm not going to pretend that's not lucky. Get this tree kill, and make sure I'm clearing the middle of the map here. Vigilante ring, great, we're happy with that. I'll take the snowball. We probably won't get a ton of value out of it, but we'll get some. And then we'll take even more regeneration. I'll take as much of that as I can get. Actually, we are immediately going to get snowball value. I forgot I had the mutation locked. Do I want Blood Leech? Lifesteal is non-functional on this character mostly, but if you get pets, it can work, because pets do apply lifesteal. But mostly it's just 9 for 3, 93 for 3 regen, which I think is okay. And I will roll here. I'll buy these items. Alien Eyes can actually be pretty good for the bull to help you kill elites, but I think I just want more damage at this point, so I'm going to roll. We'll buy Lure, we'll buy Dynamite, and roll again. Lock a Weird Food. You can never buy Peacock on this character, and I don't really like Recycling Machine on Nightmare Mode. Just drinking some water. So the rat is here just because we have fairy. But also, if I get incidental lifesteal, like from those blood leeches or stuff like that, then the rat will apply lifesteal. We will be buying more HP, so the rat will do some damage, if not incredible damage. Oh, there's another loot alien. I will say, on Crash Zone, the loot aliens are just harder to see than they are on the Abyss. I like the Abyss model more, because you can see them more easily. Great wave for us, though, with triple crate. We do lose 3 regen here, but luck is also a great healing stat. I can't afford to buy the Weird Ghost. Well, I would have almost 90 regeneration. I probably can avoid taking a hit for the first part of Wave 11. So actually, let's buy the Weird Ghost. We'll take the Alien Magic. We'll take 9 health here, and then I could again start building dodge, but I'll just take 3 range damage. Obviously, melee damage is better, but well, we can double up on Weird Ghosts. I did forget this was an elite wave. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought that the elite was on Wave 12. This is plus 3 damage for 119, because we lose 3 range, gain 6 melee, so net plus 3. But I do think it's worth buying, and then we'll buy the plant. This is net plus 2 for 100, so less valuable. And I'll buy the cake here and the duct tape. I do want more armor. And I'll pick up Scared Sausage because it gives a regen. Wheat is plus 4 damage for 180, so I think I'm going to roll past it in this spot. I'll buy these. Fertilizer at this point. I kind of want to skip the fertilizer at this point, just because I don't think we really need more economy. I just need to not take 1,000,000 damage and die. And back off from the elite. And like I said, I did forget when I bought the Weird Ghost that this was an elite wave. So, mistake there. I don't think it's going to cost me or anything. You know, we had plenty of healing there. And we probably were never going to kill this elite anyways. This wave, it's really tough to kill the elite. Thanks to the enhanced spitters. And these are super hard for the bull to fight. You're always going to take a ton of damage against these enemies. Honestly, if there's one enemy I want nerfed, it's that one. They just hit so hard, and they have too much health for how much damage they do. Yeah, I thought about trying to kill the elite there, and maybe I could have if I hadn't had the Weird Ghost and given up a bunch of potential attacks against it at the beginning of the wave, but we just had to avoid it. Here, I'm going to reroll, and I'll reroll again. Reroll again. I'm looking for armor here. And 3 armor matters more than anything else. I will buy these items, because, again, fairy regen. And we'll roll. Toxic Sludge, still great. I have 27 luck, so do I care about the pearl? I think it's early enough that the pearl can be pretty good. I'm going to pass on the padding. It's really expensive. I'm going to pass on the crown. Yes, I know. The memes, but this is a hard enough run. I don't want to, even though I found the fairy and have a really good setup, I don't want to throw this run when I have a good setup for winning. And with 8 harvesting, of course, the crown is completely useless. This wave, not so bad. The tentacles have a lot of health, but we've now picked up enough damage that I can kill them in, I don't know, 2 explosions or something. And so we are clearing through them at a pretty good rate. I'll take the Bean Teacher here, and then here we'll take 4 melee damage over 3 elemental damage, because they're the same, but 4 is more than 3. The Stunning Insights that you can get at youtube.com/cephalopocalypse. I'm going to pick up the Stone Skin here before the Alien Magic, although we're going to buy both. And then Explosion Size, incredible. Will-O-Wisp, I actually do have Scared Sausage, and enemies will sometimes be burning. And we don't care about losing attack speed, so I'll try the Will-O-Wisp. I don't know to what extent it's going to work, because most of the time we're going to kill enemies in one hit. But they did change the game so that if you set an enemy on fire and kill it with the same effect, so if our explosion would have set them on fire with Scared Sausage, it does count for things like Will-O-Wisp. So maybe we'll be able to get 2 to 3 elemental damage per wave out of it, which would be great, and if we can get the full 4, then that's just incredible. You can see, even with over 100 regeneration, we're still not invincible, because Nightmare Mode is hard. Oh, I didn't mean to get that Curse Alien kill. I'm not devastated to have picked it up, but cursed enemies can be more dangerous. We'll take the Gentle Alien here. I need to get positive move speed, so I'll do that. I'll buy Will-O-Wisp and Plastic Explosive, and I don't care about the spider. It's just very inefficient for us. Hedgehog is good, though, and turret will take for a regeneration. And then I'm going to go to wave 14. And again, I'm going to pass on fertilizer at this point. So, trying to clear the summons as they spawn before too many attacks get out on the field. The other advantage of Will-O-Wisp is we just get so much aura from the glowy eyes, so you can never underestimate that. Make sure that the enemies know who's boss. Since I've already picked up a point of curse, I will probably just kill this curse alien as well. The end of this wave could be pretty tricky, because there's now a lot of summons on the field. Alright, we got at least one elemental damage. And little muscly dude, one of the best things I could find. We'll take the level 4 regeneration upgrade up to 121 regen. By these, Doc Moth makes me almost entirely invincible, so if I ever really need to run away from a group of enemies, then having the Doc Moth exist gives us a great opportunity to do that. So basically, this wave, I'm going to play it where I run at the elite, damage it a bit, run back to the Doc Moth to double my healing and heal back up. I'm kind of ignoring the summons and just killing whichever ones get close to me. Should be able to kill the elite here and get the plus 100 health pack, which actually, for this character, is not a full heal, because we have more than 100 health. I heard the loot alien, but I haven't seen it. Is it that box in the top right corner? Oh no, here it is. It's just the same color as all the summons, so it was hard to find it. But we made it through wave 15. That's what I was really worried about. I'm going to recycle SG's couch. I want to keep my move speed positive. I don't care that much about capping it at 3, and this is worth 12 regen. The engineering is wasted. The range is wasted. But I guess I'll take the shackles. We have no knockback currently, but I do need percent damage, and this is plus 5, so we'll take it, and then we'll take 4 armor. That's great. I'll buy these items. I have 7 consumable heals, so we can get away with another alien worm. I'm gonna buy the bag just to get it out of the pool, and of course we'll take blood donation on this character. Blood donation gives me constant self-damage, so now I don't need enemies to trigger the explosions, and that makes this a lot safer. We can stand near enemies instead of on top of them in order to hit them. Also makes it easier for us to, you know, kill trees and stuff, though with a loot worm, that's less of a big deal. Clearing out those buffing enemies. Wave 16 for this character should mostly be free, though the buffed enemies can be pretty high damage, so if you don't have a way to steer clear of those or tank through them, that can be tough, but the main threat this wave, of course, is all the enhanced flies, which the bull doesn't care about. Take the armor here, and then I'll take 12% more damage, and then we'll buy this, and I'll take the goat skull. I'm going to roll past those, buy the mushroom, I'll buy the tree. I don't need a second blood donation. It doesn't make me do more damage or anything, because it's 1 instance of 2 self-damage, not 2 of 1, so you only get 1 explosion. Pickup radius is good. We'll buy the mutation. We'll take the missile as well. We don't care about our attack speed, of course. Alright, I should kill this buffing alien, and then I can run towards the elite. Trying to wait until it's a little nearer to my Dock Moth so that I can get the double healing. And then we can just use the self-damage from the blood donation to hit it without actually tanking hits from the elite. Now, just because I have the blood donation doesn't mean that I need to stop taking hits from enemies. We can still increase our damage output by taking damage on purpose, and then the self-damage and that damage work together. It actually increases my total possible DPS as well, because self-damage ignores immunity invulnerability frames. Normally, if you run at the enemy, there's a cap on how often you can take hits and thus explode as the bull because of invulnerability frames, but with self-damage ignoring those, it kind of increases the total number of attacks you can get per second. Roll past all of this here. I'll take the Corrupted Shard. Ball and Chain completely free for this character, and we'll take another Alien Worm. I'll buy Insanity Bait and Weird Food, and then we'll go to Wave 18 here. And at this point, the run should be more or less free. We have self-damage. We obviously have infinite healing. We have 150 regen, and can push that up to 300 if I need to in the Dock Moth aura. Now, the buffed aliens this wave are scary for most characters, but at this point we're kind of out of reach of anything that the aliens can bring to bear here. So, having made ourselves immune to outside forces, time to begin the long slide into Decadent, and finally collapse by buying a bunch of greedy items. We're going to pass on another blood donation. We'll take the goat skull here. I'll just take 3 ranged damage, and then I'm going to buy these things. I'm going to buy the mirror for fun. I didn't really want to mirror any of those other items, but I feel like there's cool stuff we could mirror here, so I'm going to roll. I'll buy a jerky and roll again. And I guess I'll just mirror the metal plate. Or I could mirror the tree, but I think I'm going to lock this, and going up to almost 40 armor for the end game should be way more than we need. Oh no, it got buffed. Come back. Fortunately, the buff couldn't save it. We're critting for 1500 damage also, which is pretty nice. And even without the Dock Moth, I can completely ignore what the enemies are doing. I'm basically just running around in circles, just trying to make sure I'm hitting the buffing aliens every once in a while. Otherwise, the enemies get too fast to catch up. I'm not really worried about the increased damage at this point, just the move speed. We're not building dodge at all, so Alloy, incredible pickup here. And I'll take another cute monkey. Will-O-Wisp has given me 20 damage, though going into wave 20, it won't do anything. So I'm going to recycle it, and then I'm going to re-roll here. And let's take 7 more crit chance, try to kill the bosses a little faster. Take the claw tree and roll. We'll buy a missile. We'll buy a toxic sludge. I'm going to pass on the alien magic. I don't need more defensive items. And I just want to kill the bosses slightly quicker. So I'm really just rolling for damage stuff here. Any of these would have been great finds. Let's re-roll again just for fun. And then we will go to wave 20. Come back. Alright, and then I'm going to stand in the boss, take a bunch of damage, back off, and then use my Dock Moth to heal back up. And then we killed that boss, and then I can run after this one as well. And there we go. That's the bull. So that was a really fun run. I was expecting that one to be much more difficult than it was, and honestly, we did get really lucky with this run. We had triple bag, we had fairy, so this was just a blessed run kind of from start to finish. A very early fairy meant that we were never in too much danger. It also meant that I got more money every wave because my health was high, so I could run at the enemies and actually kill them. 900 material from bag, 300 from our coupon, 300 healing from our cute monkeys, incredible. 7 damage from snowball, so the snowball actually did very well. Our rat dealt 40,000 damage, not bad. And what else? 17k on our scared sausage, 9 regen on the baby squid, which becomes 13.5, 43 materials on loot worm, 20 bonus damage from will-o-wisp, so we ended up with really high elemental damage just from buying that one item. And overall, a very clean run with the bull. So I wish you similar luck when you play your own runs with the bull. This character, I think, does require pretty careful management, though there are some items that can just win you the run. If you get self-damaging items like the blood donation, if you get a really powerful regen item like fairy, then you're in way better shape. And explosion size is, of course, the most important stat for the character, so plastic, explosive, and honey you're going to take extremely highly. Alright, my friends, hope that you've enjoyed this run, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit the like button. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.